Right before every new trip, I'm always a bit nervous. Will I be able to tell a new, interesting story? Will this trip be just as good as the last one? And what if we don't see anything cool? What am I going to tell and show you guys then? Looking back at last week's trip with the orca attack on the humpback baby, it felt even worse and more difficult to come up with an equally interesting trip report this time. We all were convinced that the humpback mama who had lost her calf had left Roca Partida. After such a climax had to come a rather mediocre trip, I was convinced. But man, I was wrong. To begin with, did nobody expect to see a whale shark at this time of the year? At the boiler, we had one of these exceptionally beautiful animals circling us for almost 2 dives before it disappeared into the blue. On the same dives, we had a school of hammerheads and numerous giant manta rays around us as well.
First time of the day, first whale shark, fun fucking tastic. Probably one of the best days of my life.
Then, when we arrived at Roca Partida, we could immediately see that the whale season was starting to peak. Single whales and couples were around our boat at all times. Breaches, blows and diving flukes everywhere. And wait a second, did that tail not look familiar? Oh yeah, our beloved mama humpback was still here. That was excellent news, but how would she react towards us after her traumatic experience last week? Next thing we knew was that we looked her straight into her mysterious eyes again, at 60 feet of water. She was back into her friendly mode, just like before. Amazing! Now, you guys tell me if she is not the coolest animal you have ever seen. And she wasn't alone. A male humpback was with her, and from what I've seen, was he absolutely determined to mate with her. I really don't want to jinx it here, but there is a fair chance in my opinion that she will be back already next year with a new baby. Guys, if I was you, I would look into getting aboard the Solmar V for the next year's whale season.
It was the best fucking experience which I ever had in my life. I'm speechless.
At Socorro and San Benedicto Island, we had the grande finale with lots of mantas and hammerheads. One thing I kept hearing from our divers was that they couldn't believe the fact that the animals here are finding and following the divers, and not the other way around, like everywhere else. Of course, the logical question they had was why that is, and the only thing I could say was, I don't know, this is Socorro.
Also ich habe jetzt schon einige Tauchsafaris hinter mich gebracht, aber ich muss sagen, das hier ist eine absolut fabelhafte Crew, total geniale Dive Guides, die richtig Ahnung haben, die sich sehr bemühen, uns Dinge zu zeigen, vor allem Walhai finden, Buckelwale finden, also das war der totale Wahnsinn. Es ist absolut ein Highlight gewesen und ich komme jederzeit wieder.
Esta semana en el Solmar V nos tocó ver tiburón ballena, mantas, tiburón martillo, ballenas. El sentimiento que deja estar en el Solmar V es único, irrepetible, inolvidable. Y nos muestra un poco todo lo que la vida nos ofrece y todo lo que podemos ver y cómo nos podemos sentir en este mundo.